What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a new YouTube video, and today we once again had the second day of the second week. For this prep, it was squats. The first thing that comes to my mind concerning the squats on that day was the warm-up. I took very seriously. I warmed up quite a bit to get to the top set of 225 kg or 496 pounds, and it helped me tremendously in a sense that I was facing issues in my piriformis muscle. The piriformis is a small, very tiny muscle in your glutes, and it goes along your hip and ties into your lower back. And this one was probably pressing on some of my nerves in this area. Maybe it's the sciatic nerve, at least the rehab exercises that I did, which I of course looked up on YouTube or Googled them because the internet is your friend, helped quite a bit, which is mainly a figure 4 stretch or the stretch for the outside, for the abductors on my left side. It worked out very fine, and I even was able to move 225 my top set with quite a bit of speed, way speedier than the 215 last week. So we see here that we're increasing weight by 7.5 kg, which would amount to roughly, I believe, 3.5 to 4%, somewhere in that range. I didn't do the math correctly, probably, but it would be somewhere in that range. While being, I don't have a percentage number for that, but while being quite a bit faster. Of course, I didn't measure it. Once again, here, as I said in one of my last videos, for example, a perk of using velocity-based training. Velocity-based training means using a device which is attached to your barbell and measures the speed in which your movement is performed. Nonetheless, as I said, the weights felt very smooth and I felt extremely stable, which made me very happy because once again, I moved my squat days, my heavy squat day, to a Wednesday. So I'm always squatting on Wednesday now or on Tuesday if I move it back one day. But one of these days I'm hitting it, and these are also usually when I have the most stress during my work week. Additionally, this week and the previous weeks, I have been sitting quite a bit. I would say on average probably 10 hours per day, which amounts to, let's say, 10 hours per day from Monday to Friday, and then maybe another 4 or 5 hours on Saturdays, because I somehow also have to cut these videos, right? Or just like watch something on YouTube and stuff when you eat or whatever. This amounts to over 50 hours of sitting, which is absolute poison. No one ever talks about it, but sitting is the new age's poison for your spine. And it shows. During the last few training sessions, luckily I was able to figure out pretty fast what exactly the issue is and then react accordingly. After that, we did some Larsen presses. I don't even want to go into them that much, and I haven't included that many clips from them just because I absolutely dislike this exercise. I am extremely unstable and it does not help me create more tension or decrease the tension actually in my rotator cuff on my left side, which is a bit still knocked, and I still haven't been able to completely rehab it. But yeah, as I said, as I said, it doesn't help me. I feel extremely unstable, and I honestly see an injury factor in that exercise. So I will take it out for next week. I will change it mid-block, which is usually something I would never advise to anyone. I would also never give any of my trainees or change the plan in any of the people I'm coaching or trying to help with their coaching. I would never advise changing an exercise during a block, always sticking with it. But in this case, it's just not working for me, and it's terrible for my shoulder health, or not helping it to progress. Next exercise was once again the RDLs. Not sure how I will progress with them in the next block. Also a candidate for maybe changing it, but as of now, just 2 sets of 8s with ascending weight, also called ramp ups, right? I believe I called them ramp ups in the previous training last week. But they moved very easily. The speed was good on them, and I was also able to keep my composure. Especially the tension in my glutes, hamstrings, and lower back was fairly good. Also, I recognize that only having 2 days where I do both squat and deadlift, meaning I have my primary squat as well as my secondary deadlift on the same day, and then vice versa, really helps me with recovery in my lower body parts. And here we also have TatFridge himself, Lapo, doing his paused deadlifts. I just wanted to include them because I was so hyped. It's not that much weight for him. It's fairly easy, as you can see, but the ability to work this close off the floor with the deadlift and basically just slack pulling the deadlift bar off the floor and pausing it right there is an extreme display of skill and tension, maybe more tension than skill, because he has so much power. If he's able to channel that and translate it to his normal deadlift will also explode in a couple of blocks or training weeks. The last exercise to finish off this day was the belt squats, an accessory that I have in for my quads. It's mostly quad dominant, and maybe I will continue to keep them in because it's a nice thrasher for the legs in the end. But once again, the fatigue here is also very high, and it might be better to swap to something that's more targeting specifically the quads in a isolated way, such as leg extensions and or Bulgarian split squats. That being said, guys, I appreciate you watching. I wish you all the love, all the power. Have a good one.